October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but for several law enforcement agencies here in Central Kentucky, awareness and advocacy for those victims is an everyday thing.
WKYT's Alyssa Williams talked with one police department and a group dedicated to helping survivors to learn more about the resources agencies can have to better serve those victims. It's our top story at 5:30.
It's a resource only certain police departments in the region offer, but Mitch Lair with Georgetown Police says it's a life-saving one.
But now we have a full-time victims advocate that's paid for by the city, so we have obviously seen the value in that.
Lair says Georgetown Police has had a victims advocate since 2017.
The victims advocate is specifically there to get those resources for the victim and helping them navigate their investigation, for one. Like, hey, your investigation's at this part of the process, right? This is the next step. This is what's happening next. To the court system, being like, okay, here's your court date that's coming up. Here's the rights that you have as a victim.
He says prior to having that in the department, officers were responsible for filling that role, but they weren't always aware of the resources that are out there for victims.
So being able to have that extra resource for folks makes a healthier environment for our community and those victims that live within it. And so hopefully making, in an investigation standpoint, a better witness to a case, and hopefully that leads to actually completing that case in a way that's satisfactory to the victim and society as a whole.
And one of those many resources that victims advocates work closely with here in Central Kentucky is Greenhouse 17, who specialize in helping survivors of domestic violence.
So we have to work together because we all kind of have defined roles of how to support survivors at different times in the process. It is critical that we have people throughout the beginning, access to help and advocacy all the way through the long-term support that's going to be needed for families to be safe after they've left an abusive relationship.
Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
And Lair says Georgetown Police received nearly 500 domestic violence-related calls since the beginning of this year. So the more people they have to devote to the issue, the more justice can be served.